Welcome everybody to another episode of Decisions.
My teeth are changing, so now when I say it, it actually is decisions.
It's funny because I just listened to Charlemagne on Brilliant Idiots, and he was like, I still just be I list. I don't know how to say decisions. Goddamn it! But I'm glad he's working on saying that in our book correctly.
Hey.
Speaking of, before we get started with this episode, if you haven't yet, make sure you pre-order our book, No Holds Barred, a dual manifesto of exploration and power.
Wow. Clip that.
Help us become New York Times bestsellers. And yeah, y'all, it's just us in the studio today. I mean, Ed is here, but he don't count.
I don't
count. You know.
So let's catch up. Have you gotten your man, girl?
You know what's crazy that I'm not talking about my man today.
Okay.
Yeah, like, first off, y'all be nosy. Like, I don't, like, there's so many parts of me in this relationship that I'm, like, really enjoying. And so many of y'all will not let me be in peace in private. So, I'm working on the things that I want to share with y'all because y'all are annoying.
Well, I have.
And I guess it was different because, like, my last relationship he was essentially a ghost. He was an old ass 50-year-old retired with no social media. So he was just a gomulation. What's that word?
Oh, that's a big word for me. I don't know.
You know when you just like, when it's just like an envision. Agglomeration.
Everybody.
Y'all know the word. Hold on. An agglomeration.
Agglomeration.
Hold on. I'm going to get the word. Agglomeration. That ain't code up either. It's so
I don't know. Agglomeration says a master collection of things. I don't think that's what you want. Agglomeration.
That's the
yeah,
word.
that's what you want.
All right.
We're dumb.
Don't do that. I was close. Agglomeration.
I was about to use ChatGPT.
But like, so, I mean, I'm happy, like, right now. Like, we are both still right at the phase where I feel like you're about to say the L word. And I'm like, oh, I know it's coming.
She about to say
like,
it first, for sure.
Yeah, no. I said the L word first time. And look, this could be my trauma why I don't want to say it again, but we're great. I actually wanted to talk about therapy. Something that I had recently in a therapy session stemmed from conversations that we've been having on the podcast. And I got into therapy and burst into tears. And it was about our conversations about me needing the space and maybe not feeling confident with how I was speaking about it. But like through reading the comments and through trying to express myself on this pod, I was just like, I feel like I'm a bad person. Like, because I'm not like the compromising I wasn't willing to have, or like I'm associating all these things with needing space as like, am I a bad person? Am I a bad partner? And I started getting like into these tropes of why am I like this? And my my therapist brought up how last year through specifically my sobriety is where I have come to terms with being way more of an introvert as I thought myself to be. I thought I was like this extroverted, love to be around people, need to be around people, feed off of energy and all these things. And like last year through not only sobriety, but definitely decentering for the amount of time that I did after my last breakup, I've like realized how much more my introverted needs of being alone, being isolated, recharging socially has been something I'm navigating newly. And so in trying to explain that to a new partner, and it's so crazy because I went out with my best friend last night. We had dinner and she was just like, yeah, bro, like we get it. Like, because we've been with you for so long as friends. But yeah, I just wanted to share like the conversations that we're having here and me trying to express how I'm showing up differently or trying to express how I am in this new relationship isn't even necessarily from the trauma of my last relationship as much as through the healing journey of breaking up and finding more about myself again, really through sobriety, was really I don't want to say life-changing because we're still going through me navigating that. But I just wanted to bring that up because I think taking in the comments, trying to defend my need for space or not wanting to compromise in things. I genuinely sat and was like, damn, am I a partner? Am I a bad person? Am I someone made to be in a relationship with the way that I'm fine with moving? And so I just kind of wanted to bring up that because it was like, aha. And it was a moment that I know we haven't had the episode about it yet, but I would love, and I'm looking for a professional. If any of you guys are listening, no one, I would love to have the conversation about the relationship between drinking and introverts and drinking and because I think through removing alcohol for the time that I did, I found out so much about myself that now I'm just trying to figure out how to communicate it. So
well, you're definitely not a bad person. I think even the worst people are deserving of love.
No, and I believe I'm deserving of love.
And I'm not saying that about you in any means. I just mean like, I think even a terrible person deserves love. I don't think that your habits sounded crazy out loud. I think the conversation only came from hearing the person want more. Like, I don't think you saying I need 4 days is bad. I think comparatively, like your man wants more and you're like, nope, that's it. Like that's, and it still doesn't make you a bad person. I think it's that tone of one person wants this, the other doesn't. Because a lot of sometimes the boundaries you can have now show up as learning lessons from your last relationship.
Yeah.
So it can sound like it's pain.
Right.
It can sound like you're being defensive, but really it's like you're reopening your heart again. I remember when you used to talk about your ex, you're like, there was a moment where you said, he doesn't do anything wrong, I love him. You didn't even care to like explain it.
That was within the first year. He did everything right in the first year.
And I'm saying like you were just, and I think like falling in love that fast is probably something you just don't want to do. Like, you know, you've been through pain, even if you don't consciously know that. I think all of us are like that. I fell in love deep, hard. This happened to me. I met somebody new, better, great, treating me better. I still got to make sure I have my guard up. I think that was what I took from the conversation when you said you need time. Like, I actually think a year from now, when your relationship is growing and blossoming, I think you might be like, now I'm on 6, and may laugh about it.
I mean, I just think what I've realized and what the conversation was in therapy and what I'm really adamant on is my boundaries are not for anyone else. They're for me. And if I know that my boundaries are to protect myself, I don't want the resentment to happen, or I don't want to.
On whose end?
I would absolutely resent someone and probably grow out of like or love for them if I felt like I had to change the boundaries that make me feel safe and that are for me in order to appease them. Like, and that's the thing, like a lot of people take people's boundaries as slights to them and it's not. So like, there's been a lot of conversations about that. Like, I need you to accept me for who I am. If I'm accepting you, like, and we do this thing now too, where he'll wake up and he'll be like, babe, I'm not in a good mood. I'll call you later, because I've told him I don't want my day affected because you're in a shitty mood. Like, I would much rather we not talk until you get better.
Oh, our homegirls and I got to do that. We all need that too.
Yeah, and that's because I've told him a boundary where I'm like, I've been in relationships, well, the past relationship where I've had friendships or even situationships where I've allowed someone's mood to ruin my day. And me and him talk so much, we're still at 3 hours a day. We don't talk 3 hours straight now. It's broken up. But I've literally told him, I know we're long distance, but if you wake up and you're not in a good mood, do not feel the need to talk to me. And so literally he woke up in a shitty mood the other day. Babe, I'm going to go to the gym. I'll talk to you when I feel better. And I was like, thank you. Like, so to me, if that's a boundary, like, to me, the boundaries are for me and to protect me. And if I feel like I have to move on my boundaries to appease someone, then I'm not for you. Like, the boundaries, when we make boundaries, we have to know that they're for us and not for other people. And so for me, I'm not looking to push those boundaries or move them to appease someone else, which is why the compromise.
We should have a dialogue. Not today. I don't think we both can even have that conversation. Boundaries and compromise. What's what?
And we've had those conversations.
No, like for real.
But we should.
If it was not Mandi's situation, let's just say, for example,
in general,
like, that's a really
big thing, especially in relationships.
Sacrifice, compromise, boundaries. Like,
there's 3 different things. How do you dissect what they are?
So basically, you know what a boundary is to me, and this is why I was going back and forth with you about it. Your 4-day rule that you have for yourself didn't seem like a hard no. It felt like right now.
It's for my sanity.
No. So boundary to me is hard no.
That's a hard no for me.
Okay.
Like, especially right now while I'm navigating my need to recharge. I don't want to have to drink to be around him. I don't want to.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, I realized, like, again, through therapy and going sober, I realized my ability to be around so many people
I
at
understand.
an extended amount of time
Would be alcohol.
and at the energy is only on alcohol.
Got it.
And so in this relationship, and mind you, with my ex, a lot of the sex, a lot of the time together was drinking and drug filled. It was fun. We were rock stars. I loved it. But when I chose to remove those things, I realized a lot more about my capacity with being with people. And so for me, I don't want to get to the point where he's coming. My anxiety has risen now because there's an extended amount of time. And now I have to feel the need to get into any vice to be around him. And so where I'm at right now, at 34, I'm literally learning myself right now as an introvert that needs the recharge.
I think people learn themselves My mom is relearning herself at 74. Like, something I learned from the Tempest X episode that's making me think about what you're saying about drinking and drugs and dating. With this current partner, he was kind of like saying the first 3 months, we need to have a weekend where we're not going out. No, I'm not saying that we're getting fucked up. Like, we're not going to the club. We're not going to a lounge. We're not going to hear jazz. Let's just be in the house. And he was super, super adamant about us doing this. And what I didn't realize was that I am so used to people enjoying me for my extrovertedness and fun.
Same.
I was scared, not that he wouldn't like me, but that the time with me would be boring. And now it's so crazy to see, like, we like the boring shit. There was a comment we made, like, damn, I want to go back to Thailand and fucking 3 weeks wasn't enough. And I was like, I wish we had one day where we weren't doing anything in Thailand. We did something every day. And he's like, now look who's talking.
I will say that's what I like. Not many things. I will say there are many things that I learned and are still taking from my last relationship. And because of the pandemic, we got to me and my ex got together where we didn't have a lot of inclusion of other people. And I feel like when we started needing to be at bars or sex clubs or be around so many other people, it complicated it. So I know that now that's what I'm enjoying with my partner is making sure I don't feel the need for us to be in clubs or bars or spaces where now we're just enjoying each other. So like he's coming to Atlanta. I'm going to say it's a week. It's Monday to Friday, even though late Monday, leave early Friday. But he's coming to Atlanta for a week and we're doing Coca-Cola World, the gun range. And we're just doing
Has he met
meals.
Crystal?
Yeah, he's met my best friend. Already met my best friend.
That to me is the only thing that matters.
I've met his best friend.
I don't need to be like out with you with all these ancillary people.
Yeah.
Just who's like my core.
I've met his best friend. He's met my best friend. He just asked if it's okay. His mom wants my number for us to talk Housewives. So his mom adores. I love his mom.
Oh my God, I would
love. But he's like, I don't know if it's a lot, but my mom doesn't really have anyone to talk about Housewives with, and you hang up with me to watch Housewives. And I told her you're obsessed with Housewives. So he's like, babe, do you mind talking to my mom about Housewives? I said, no,
Those little things are so sweet because to me, it reminds me, and I wonder if this is age or him being like, I'm not about to turn Mandii off. I feel like we see this a lot when women don't know what to do when they need more or they want to give more or they want to open a man up to more because they're so used to men running. People run from commitment. People run from all those types of things. Like, genuinely, I remember the first year of my relationship thinking it was bullshit. Like, there's no way that he's still like showing up, doing these things. Like, we were just talking, my dad turns 90 June 1st.
Wow.
And we're like, okay, what are we going to do? And so he's like, my dad's got like, I'm not here trying to be funny, one last friend in Vegas. And we're like, all right, well, let's figure out like how we're going to make this work. And it's literally right after my partner's birthday. And I'm sitting there thinking, should we have a nurse doing all this shit? And I'm like, this is such a heavy convo for someone so young whose parents aren't necessarily going through what I'm going through, but watching people support you is just very impressive.
Yeah.
Like, we literally Googled, like, should we take a private jet? Because it's, by the way, I'm not that rich, and neither is he. However, from Vegas or LA to Vegas, it's only $200 a person on a jet. Did y'all notice?
If you do the shared one.
Yeah. So now we're like, all right, cool. Let's just take the whole family there. Like, but I like seeing this side of like how people will show up. And it's interesting seeing the side of me to think, oh, really? Like, are you doing this for me? Like, or, just questioning it, questioning people's love. How
I
is
ain't
it that?
gonna hold you. Actually being friends with a nigga first, oh, y'all game changer. Bitch, like, who would have known? Like, bitch, like, I got to know him as a friend first. Like, if we go to the very inception of this goddamn podcast, any nigga I liked, any nigga who had a nickname on this goddamn podcast had a nickname because I liked him because the dick was good. Like, all of my like and lust and quote unquote love for anybody stemmed from getting my back blown out. And so to have spent 5-6 months getting to know him first, like, it's so interesting being in a relationship where sex is not the center of it. And now it's like we're trying to incorporate it a lot more, and we're talking, but it's like, damn, that's my friend. Damn, we talk about so much other shit that it's not even about sexting or lusting or not waiting to get to each other to tear each other apart. There's like, I'm so excited to just lay on the couch with you and watch Netflix. Like, we was talking about Matt Damon the other day, and because the nigga young, we talking about him and his friendship with Ben Affleck. And I was like, oh my God, I love their movie together. And he was like, what's the one that y'all know?
Brokeback?
No, not Brokeback. No, he played Brokeback.
That's right. That's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, girl.
That's Tobey Maguire.
I'm confused with white that you like.
What's the other
Good Will
one?
Hunting?
Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
So he bring up Good Will Hunting, and I was like, no, nigga, I'm talking about Dogma. Dogma's like one of
Dogma.
See?
I love Dogma.
Y'all are the first two people. But I have said Dogma, and they don't do it. I like it. Don't do it.
No, that's age. That's age. That's what I was gonna say.
Is it? I mean, it came out in 99.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, that's a great, yeah.
Like, no.
This is our age.
Don't do that. Crystal 38, and that whole ain't no Dogma either. But she also loves Trick Daddy, and she only know like hood Miami shit. Yeah, I was like,
I do love some hood cinema. I had that phase in my relationship recently. There's I don't know if you guys have seen it. Oh, I hope we can post it. There's a checklist of Black movies to see.
You sent it to him?
No, he sent it to me and said, baby, fill this out with your fucking biracial ass.
That's hilarious.
No, with your biracial ass. How many of them had you seen?
Oh, like 60%.
Okay.
But he saw
damn, very biracial of you.
that is pretty biracial of you.
60% of Black
60%.
Juice belly, motherfucker, pay the bills.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's crazy.
I love a Caucasian rom-com.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's why every time you talk about a movie here, you bring up The Secretary once a month. Bitch, still haven't seen it. You love bringing up some white cinema that is like a B-side to movies.
I don't know why.
Bro,
Black rom-coms are good, but how many do we have? We got what? Love Jones, The Photograph, Baby Boy Don't Count.
Rom-coms. Those are
not rom-coms, sorry. Love movies, Black love stories.
Just Right.
Brown Sugar, Just Right, Jump in the Broom.
Love and Basketball.
You know how much white shit they got, nigga.
I mean, yeah.
No, there's a lot more. Okay, but also, look at the country.
And if you want to talk to Mandii about it, Gabrielle Union apparently isn't even...
I was just about to say that. I was about to say deliver some email.
We're not bringing that back.
Okay, let me tell you about some crazy shit that happened before we get into this outline, because I know we need to get to it. So I'm driving to see my dad. It's our last day. And he's like, go by yourself, because I feel like your dad is like over me being there, like, because we've been spending a lot of time together. Just you and your dad need a moment. So I'm heading to my dad, and I suddenly feel I was eating strawberries, which is crazy, because with my braces, I've been eating chips, chicken wings, baguettes. They told me don't eat bread.
Everything you're not supposed to. You love being a rebel.
Is it the seeds? Is that what you call it?
I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
No. You can have a strawberry. I don't know what angle I ate it on, but the bracket of my braces broke. They say this is common. However, it was the back wisdom tooth, and the bracket dug into my gum. So the end of the wire, just to be more helpful, the wire of the braces, I'm not saying the bracket, the end of the wire was stuck in my gum. I immediately felt like a shooting head pain. I was only 3 minutes from the house. I call him. I open my mouth. I realize I can't talk. I'm like, yeah. So this nigga thinks I got in a car accident. He's like, how the fuck she just left? Is she calling him like, and I can't say it's my braces. He gets to the floor my car is on. He sees what's going on. He's like, oh my God, we got to go upstairs. Bitch, we get upstairs and it's stuck down there. Every time he moves it, it's like, dire screaming. I'm like, oh my God, call my mom. Tell her I can't see my dad. Take me in the emergency room. I was texting. That's how much I couldn't talk. So I'm like, get an emergency dentist. This is how niggas gonna dig. Girl, he called 3. They all said, it's $500 to come in plus the fees. And mind you, all it is just stuck. So this is like orthodontist. You can't get a regular dentist.
Yeah.
Anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. So I'm like, hold on.
You got it.
I do, but I was like,
You got it.
hold on.
I hope that strawberry was worth it.
I was like, let me see.
That was the most expensive strawberry.
Let's see what we can. And mind you, I'm screaming and crying, right? And he's like, okay, let's get in the car. And I was like, let's see what we can do here. So, bitch, we found a YouTube.
Oh, Jesus.
Of course
that
you did.
said, all you got to do is get a nail clipper.
Of course you did.
So he's boiling the nail clipper. And I'm sitting there drooling on the side. There's no blood coming out. It's just stuck.
Oh.
And he's trying to fucking break it. If you break it, it'll come apart. So it'll relieve the pain. It couldn't happen. I was like, fuck it, let's go to the doctor. We called one more doctor. I didn't like his attitude. So this doctor was
like his attitude.
So the guy, so my man's on the phone. He's like, yo, can you do this price? All you have to do is cut it. Can we just give you cash? Because they're estimating $1,500.
God.
And he's like, I'm with my family and my children. And if you want me to leave my home, I was like, oh, fuck this LA shit. I'm like, let's go to Home Depot and get the wire cutters. Bruh, we in the car and he's mad at me because I kept screaming at him. And I was like, why are you nagging right now? And he's like, oh my God, please stop. And I'm like, you can do me, I'm a baby, untamed. Oh, bitch, I'm crying. This nigga goes into Home Depot, comes out with a wire cutter. I'm like, where's the alcohol and the hot water? He's like, we're not sterilizing it. Just come on. Girl, I really fucking used. And this is for like cable people. I was sitting in the parking lot. I felt like people were staring at me. Fucking doing my own braces work. When it came out, because it had to pull away from the nerve to pull out of my gum, I screamed so loud. There's an apartment complex around. I think they thought I was getting murdered. And do you know what this nigga did? Do you know what my...
Laughed.
No.
Oh.
My real estate investor, well-to-do African boyfriend did. Put it back in the plastic. It said, oh, we don't need them anymore. They went right back in, bitch.
Oh my God.
I wanted to die laughing, but also, I was like, yeah, baby.
COVID was a thing.
I was like, yeah, baby, go get them $35 back. Yeah.
I was about to say, how much are wire cutters?
Yeah, there was like $30-something. He got
something like $7.
No, he got like 2-3 different kinds. He got the skinny ones. He didn't know what was going in.
So he returned multiple, but one of them was in your mouth, unsterilized.
It's Home Depot.
Yeah.
Well, we went to go have dinner at this nice restaurant. This isn't really tea, but I just wanted to say, we go sit. We were almost. We were just gonna go, like, just to like fuck it.
They return the cutters, by the way.
Right. This Beverly Hills restaurant. So we're like, oh, let's just fuck it. Let's go. Or he said to me, he's like, let's go home. Like, you ain't feeling good. I was like, no, I'm not ruining my night. I didn't get to see I'm not ruining my night. We get in there. And even when we get in, he's like, kind of acting like he won't be there. We sit right down next to 4 Black people. It's 2 friends that are sitting with Sasha and Malia Obama. And I was like, wow, I needed to see this. Bitch, I was sitting there eating like this. You know, you try not to stare at somebody. I'm trying to look at my man. I'm like, oh my God, these girls are so cute, so sweet. I could overhear some of their conversation. They are so innocent, so adorable. They live together. And we were saying, like, yo, do you know how special it is to see siblings like this close? Like, I don't know. It really was hitting me. And I was like, wow, I think LA is a cool place to me because you kind of realize how normal everybody is. Like, you kind of get to see celebrities walking down the street. New York, too. You can go to a club and interact with somebody that you love and know. And I'm such a fucking fan of seeing that these girls are moving up in film and production and doing their shit. Swarm, I don't know if anybody knows this. Childish Gambino directed it. Mm-hmm. Sasha Obama produced it. It was one of the EPs or something. But yeah, it was just a great day. And it really
Thought it was a great day.
Great day. It was a great moment to see these 2 Black girls that to me, I grew up with. I watched them grow up and I was just like, wow. And all the way home, I was like, we gonna see Blue Ivy, nigga. We gonna be eating. We gonna see Blue Ivy next. And I'm gonna be like, oh my God, they say no out.
You ain't never gonna see Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy she about to be a star in her own.
You're right. We're probably gonna see North first.
Have you gone to the dentist since that?
Look at the questions that need answers.
Have you gone to the dentist since?
Oh yeah.
And did you let them know?
No, sorry, I didn't. That's where I'm going at 2:45.
Oh, okay. Well,
I literally told Ed and Mandy, I have to get out of here by 2:20. I have to go to the dentist. So if I sound like I'm rushing the last 5 minutes.
You're not in pain at all? Like, you're fine?
It's gone. It's
yeah,
gone. So once it's gone, it's gone. I just need to put a new wire down there. Bruh, the parking lot. Because niggas say
no. You need to go because that's what niggas think about STDs. Once the symptoms is gone, they think it's gone, and sometimes it ain't.
Girl, can I get there? Shit.
I'm just saying.
My appointment's at 2:45. It's 1:58. But I will tell you though, I think that when it comes to like survival mode type shit, that was a good partner moment. How the fuck you gonna hold me down, nigga? Anyway, no holds barred. We have been trying to do this on solo episodes where we're trying to like bring up an excerpt and just dig into it. So this one is from my chapter about sugaring. Oh no, sorry. This is the old bit one. Says, in a quote, they all do the same shit. Feed you a pipe dream before piping. Tell you how amazing you are, how beautiful you are. Not like the other gold diggers on the site. Oh yeah, this is the spoiling chapter. And how they want to spoil you. Like regular dating, this is all the boyfriendy type game. In the boyfriendy type game, you will experience the following: consistent communication and maybe even good morning texts, chivalry, compliments, and charm, dates, plans made, and promising. So when I wrote this, I was thinking about all the shit that niggas do to win you over. And I want to ask you, Eden, are there anything that women do that they fall off from when dating?
That they fall off from?
Because in the beginning of this thing, I'm saying men are giving you compliments, men are giving you consistent communication, they're making plans, they're going on the dates, good morning texts. What do women fall off from?
You're saying that they stop doing those things?
I believe once they fuck.
Okay.
You know what I've experienced? Oh, I hate saying this out loud. They start cooking a little less. I've had that happen.
Nigga, we got jobs.
I understand.
We pay our own bills.
I understand. But you know what it is?
Because don't do that. Look, now I'm being triggered. Because I did.
No, watch this. You know what it is?
Huh.
Is that, this is what I've experienced, right? There's two things. That's one. So it's more of like the fact that it's like, you want to show off that you could cook and that you could throw down. So they just start cooking you like almost every and anything in their arsenal. And then next thing I know,
tuna fish.
You're cooking a little, exactly. The quality start going a little lower.
Scrambled eggs.
You start cooking a little less. Now it used to be pancakes, eggs, bacon. Now it's just maybe eggs.
Right, okay.
Maybe just coffee. Another thing.
When am I going to get there?
Bruh, what?
See, I started off good. I gave that nigga just eggs and a bagel. Now I'm going to move up and give him some meat. Like, I did it the opposite way.
I like that kind of conditioning.
Now,
I like that kind of
That's what Vinny does with dick. He says he starts you at C-grade dick because he don't want you too attached. And then he works his way up.
Nah. When he come this time, I'm doing like the shrimp and grits with some. I'm gonna throw. But I started with just the.
That's
eggs.
very Atlanta.
Listen, I was doing shrimp and grits. Like it's my thing. I just have to buy vegan butter and vegan.
Speaking of grits, I'm coming to Atlanta for us to record, do the audiobook, and Black Effect. I just realized that you niggas never lied about toast on Lennox. Oh my God.
What, you like it?
Holy shit. I ate there 3 days in a row.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was $100 to Uber eat the fucking fried snapper I wanted with the
Jesus.
My hotel room was sticky. Girl, it was crazy. That was my...
Uber Eats it. Because I was about to say, bitch, that wait.
Oh, I went there twice. It wasn't a wait. But maybe because I'm in the daytime.
When you went, yeah. There'll always be a wait at
Then I was so addicted to the first one I went to. I was like, now I want to go to the other one. Bruh. And you know what's crazy? Not shitting on a Black business because the food is phenomenal. Service, when the food is good, I really don't think it needs to matter.
Oh, bullshit.
No.
Shit.
For patrons.
Wait.
Hear me out.
Say this again. You don't think that service needs to be good when the food is good?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
The food is
I'm going to tell you right now. Y'all have been hearing me talk about Lucy
I agree.
for almost 8 years on this show. I have never experienced worse service in New York City than Lucienne. However, I will die on the sword that is one of the best au poivres outside of France. Now,
good food comes with good price. If a lot of times, and now you could do a hole in the wall that has really good food. To me, if I'm going to a restaurant and the food is so good that it's priced at a certain
nigga, you ever crave a meal from a restaurant?
You got me for that's why I love me. And all of my friends told me I can't say the name of the restaurant anymore, though.
Try it.
But what?
Oh, you talking about?
Bitch, bleep that out. I don't bleep it out. I don't think the food is so good, the service so. But maybe because Every time I brought people, everything comes out on time. It's not, the ambiance is not there for it. But the fucking service
ambiance is
and
not.
the food is so fucking good. I love it. They be bringing us out a little shot. Like, it's so great.
Okay.
So I just found a new French restaurant.
My homegirls be cussing me out. Like, bitch, I tweeted it one time because a fan wanted to know where to eat.
Mhm.
I got 2 calls. Bitch, if you don't delete that tweet, we already can't get a
People
reservation.
said that to me about Cadence, the vegan soul food, but it's black owned, so
Black
y'all keep
owned.
supporting.
This one is not
Easily.
black owned, but I love it. And
It's tiny. And
look at you, now you just want to give them tips. You want to give them hints.
Oh no! Let me tell you. This is what I was gonna say about service. So for my birthday, my man takes me to this French spot on the Upper East Side. Right? I'm not gonna say the name, but it's apparently like best French in New York now.
Okay.
We go. It was 2 weeks later. We get back from Mexico. I'm like, let's eat that shit again. We had a reservation for 9. We didn't get seated. Now I did see celebrities. I think I saw Tessa Thompson and someone else from Game of Thrones, and I was like, all right, 10:20. We got seated.
Mm.
Oh, I would have left.
Now, we were enjoying, like, they have a cool cocktail bar, so we were having a good time. But,
You made a reservation?
girl, hold on.
Suck my dick from the back.
I don't know if we knew what was going to happen, but you know when you know they about to kiss your ass?
Mhm.
I started huffing and puffing right around 40 minutes. But when I saw all these celebrities walking, table for 2, I was like, oh, so they're treating us like shit.
You not
We
eating
gonna-
the celebrities? Bitch.
Oh, no, bitch. That hour and 20 minutes was so worth it. Maitre d' comes over to him. Sir, we saw you here 2 weeks ago. We want to apologize. We shouldn't have opened that reservation up when we had stuff on the books. We are going to make sure whenever you want a reservation, you're here. I'd appreciate it if you could call me 24 hours before, but if you can't, no problem. Doesn't matter how many people you're in. Bitch, we get downstairs. Would you like more mezcal? Yeah, I think I do. Bitch, I was on the way out. Oh, yeah, I do. Dessert, another app. I actually do want a dozen escargot, not 6. Oh, bitch. Let a restaurant fuck up and it's supposed to be a high-end restaurant. Oh, you let it sit. Let that shit sit. Y'all better hope they take a little too long. Bro, when I tell you our check came, he was like, this should have been $250 more. Like, kissing us.
I love your patience.
So do you not think your food tasted a little better because of the service in this case then?
Because half of it was free. Free shit
I
just
don't-
tastes better.
Well, it was so good I came back. But, I sound this to say, Toast on Linux, they weren't rude or anything. Not saying that. Like, they were kind. It's just, it wasn't great service. But I also didn't give a fuck because that's
'Cause
how
the food
good
was just so good.
And I think when places are so busy or fatty like TikTok and everybody talks about Toast on Linux,
Yeah.
maybe that's why it's like hard. And people are rude as fuck coming in. You know, I don't know if they're dealing with a lot, but bitch, I don't give a shit.
They're just trying to
She
find
could have
the
called me a whore and I would have said, thank you, I'll take extra cream for the next time.
That's crazy.
Of course.
That is crazy.
Okay, reactionary clip. Sorry, I actually had a hypothetical for you guys.
Hypothetical.
Would you guys go on a date without being able to see or without being able to talk?
Oh, without being able to talk.
Yeah.
I'm
talk.
shallow.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
all
shallow. I want to sit across a good looking motherfucker.
Yeah, word.
Like, nothing's worse than
woman.
talking to an ugly motherfucker.
But you wouldn't know because you can't see.
No,
What you
but
mean?
she can't
No,
talk.
I can't talk. That means I can see.
Right, but if you couldn't, you said nothing's worse than going on a dinner with an ugly motherfucker.
If I could talk, then I can see, which means I'm talking to an ugly nigga, no?
No.
Oh, see, we both assumed the same thing.
Okay,
We thought
would you rather
they
go
might
on a
be
date
ugly.
without being able to see them and just talking? Or being able to see them and no talking?
Oh.
I'm still going for the C. Because I feel like I can get a vibe. Like, I've done that in places where they
I've
don't
seen
speak the
niggas-
language.
I've seen men that I just looked at them and wanted to suck them.
Same.
And then,
Don't start
and
talking.
then they started talking and I didn't want to suck it no more. There hasn't been many ugly men that have talked their way into
But
my
you don't
pants.
know if they're ugly. You're going on a date with a motherfucking lyricist.
I
bitch.
told y'all I don't watch Love is Blind because Love is very blind. Not blind. I don't know, bitch.
No, Love is
It's the other one. I like looking at someone beautiful.
Love is
Or
blind,
attractive.
lust is not. Because the second they be like, I love you, I can't wait to meet my grandma. Please tell one of the producers to give me my grandma's old wedding ring. They've been doing all that shit.
Yikes.
And the next thing
And
you
you
know,
say no
oh,
at the aisle because they don't support Black Lives Matter. Like,
Damn.
it's
no,
just-
he said that in the podcast.
It's just I don't know.
So which one?
I mean, to me, I still would like to be on a date with an attractive ass motherfucker because, mind you, if you find we could just eat our food, we don't have to talk.
But what if the date is not just food? What if it's an activity?
Then I'm just shooting the gun, or I'm just looking at the art on the wall.
You know what I could do? I would go to a lounge, jazz, listen to music, because I feel like that's an energy in itself, vibing with someone.
We can go to the movies. You shouldn't be talking at the movie anyway. And then I could look over and look at your fine ass.
That worked.
Yeah, there you go.
All
right, let's see.
shallow. Period.
Let's see what this clip is.
All right, play it now.
Highly spiritual women are single because they understand the metaphysical essence of the transmutation of and the primary reason why it's so hard for them to date and be in relationships is because they harness
I love AI.
It requires a man to have supreme
I
masculinity.
love AI so much.
Because only a weak man will only demonize and subjugate spiritual historical context in ancient history. The king might have had 10, 20, 10, 8 wives, but the one that he loved the most,
Yo, fam, that video is
the healer,
insane.
the one who had the spiritual gifts. And the reason that is because you highly spiritual women.
What's funny is that the voiceover ain't AI, but the video is, and it's just fucking hilarious.
Oh, the voice is so funny.
Yeah.
Highly spiritual women are single. Let me try to repeat what,
and this isn't just the Christians.
Spiritual women are single because they understand the metaphysical essence of the transmutation.
The metaphysical essence of,
So imagine hearing that talking during the date.
So I'm going to say this. Hotep shit, but if you're a very intuitive person, it is hard for you to date.
I think someone, and this might not be a synonym, but I look at someone who may be highly spiritual. That means in terms of how they view the universe, themselves, maybe they're more in tune with themselves, which means oftentimes they're single because maybe they're just happy with themselves.
That's a good point.
We talk about that. Like, I think that in terms of how a lot of people date, they date with the means of looking for a Band-Aid. They date to find someone to bring them happiness or to make them whole. And we've had the conversations that, unfortunately, that's what we were taught, right? Like, to become one, or like finding your soulmate.
And
like,
men are doing this too, by the way, not wanting to be alone.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So to me, someone who is happier with themselves, and we've talked about this even in sense of, like, once you're able to fully fund your own lifestyle, once you're able to find community, find friends, be happy with who you are physically, emotionally, if you find spiritually your niche, like if you're going to church or you're finding ways to just meditate and be with self and you're happy with self, it is a lot harder to date because you're less inept to put up with all the bullshit.
I don't think there's a world where being happy by yourself doesn't look a little bit like it's spinster. Oh, she can't meet anyone. Da-da-da. There's always someone that's like thinking being single is bad. But when you get to that point where you're single because you know exactly what you want, that's to me when you're on this level.
I was just having the conversation with my homegirl and she was like, bruh, I've been single for so long that I have anxiety about bringing someone into my home.
How long?
And when I said she's been single for 3 years. And so...
Does that mean sexless?
Bitch, sexless for about 6 months, which is like, God damn, girl, I pray for you. For real. It's tough out here. But we were having the conversation because she's at the age where she's like, motherhood is now leaving the idea because she would want to have kids with a man she likes. And it's becoming so almost foreign to her that there's anxiety about, like, damn, I wonder if because I've been so single with myself and have this routine in my home, if I'm going to be able to open it to someone else. Like, she's literally like, I don't know if I want someone in my apartment to ruin my day.
That's just because we don't like anyone yet.
Which, yes.
That's just like the real truth. I was like on my soapbox. And then when you like a nigga, it's over. And I don't mean it's over for the bad reasons. It's the same with men. Yeah. My nigga jokes a lot about me, like, bruh, when I tell you came soon as fuck, like, I thought I was gonna be out here. And like, it's really it. When you like a motherfucker, that's when this shit starts to happen. So don't get discouraged if you're listening and you're like, I don't know, I got my routine with friends. I don't know, I got my routine with this. Because at the end of the day, when you're excited about someone, you can't wait to incorporate them in that. Just like, for example, one of my friends, Gila and Neg, my friend Gila's wedding I went to. Their wedding in Mexico City, I kept meeting people on their dodgeball team, dodgeball and kickball. And I'm laughing because she flies, fuck, he flies. She's in fashion and beauty. And I'm like, y'all dodgeball? But he did it before her. He loved doing this thing with his friends. he works in community and parks like for a living, and now she loves it. Like, you can't wait to like bring your people in. And it's silly to maybe bring up or it doesn't sound the exact same, but I found it interesting that something that someone does alone for so long, that's their thing. Once they're so into you and they love you, now it's like, no, I want to share this with you. I think you can probably attribute that. You ever see a good movie and you like, you gotta watch this shit. It could be a friend, somebody you love. You need them to experience the same thing. So when it comes to your home, you can want to experience.
I felt bad what you said. I told my boyfriend,
Oh boy.
please go and enjoy. I call it jousting. He hates it. But it's the wrestling, the AEW, the WWE.
What's AEW?
AEW is
That's
a part
another
of like wrestling.
federation.
And I told him I want you to enjoy as much of it as you can without
Bro,
me.
didn't you just
I don't
go to
want
a
to. I went. You said what?
Didn't you just go to
That was me experiencing it, which
Wait,
made
you
me know
love sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm not surprised that she.
It's a little different. It's okay. So here's what, and for the men listening, it was explained to
Women
me
love it too.
that AEW, WWE, wrestling, whatever, all the things is like a male telenovela.
Yes, and you
Yes.
watch that shit on Netflix.
It's
And
great.
it's year round. There's storylines. There's people baked into it. The audience there was
There's heels.
oh my God. The audience looked like they were either half virgins or half serial killers. Bodies in the fridge for
How
sure.
dare
I
you?
know, that's really crazy.
How dare you?
I was shocked. I said, baby, this the crowd you be in? Like, I don't know. You don't
I've
really
seen
listen.
some bad murders that
sure.
watch wrestling.
I'm
love
sure.
it.
All I know is I told him, please enjoy that by yourself, babe. I don't want to ruin it for you. So like, yes
How would
and
you?
no.
How would you ruin it for him?
I was like, this
What do you
shit's
say?
so
It's fake?
It doesn't matter.
People don't care about
Like,
that.
They don't.
Wait, and I was like, I was watching it, and it's the men in the tight. Okay, maybe if we go see what Roman Reigns fight.
Who's that?
God damn it.
Bitch.
It's because he's
Now,
a
that
Jason
Roman Reigns,
Segura.
I don't like Jason Momoa. So maybe I'll go with Roman Reigns
Roman
is fighting,
Reigns,
or
yeah.
his brothers and cousins. It's like a whole
Ain't he
bunch
light
of
The
skinned?
Usos.
Yeah, he's Samoan.
And that's one that I'll
He's
take.
Samoan. But shout out to Swerve. Like look at
But the locks? I
look
thought he was
at
a light skinned black dude.
No. This is Roman Reigns, bitch.
Oh, wrong guy, but I'll fuck.
Oh my,
Wrong,
he
next
got a
question.
light. Respectfully, like you can go enjoy it because they only
Yes, I
date
can.
wrestlers. They all be
You know
with
the
other wrestlers.
acrobatics?
Hold on, have you actually watched the Netflix shit of WWE?
You should.
I ain't gonna lie.
Fire.
The last thing that got that before Paradise, that was the last thing that got me hooked.
I went
I was
to
really
it.
at the TV like, what?
I went to it and I have
No. It's like the dirty, deep, dark shit they do.
I have just said this could be your thing, babe.
Sexual assault.
This
Whoa.
could be this.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
No, the documentary. It's
Oh, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
it's the documentary.
drugs
Yeah.
document. Like, oh, that's what I mean. Not.
I was like,
yeah, 'cause it's
you was
2000
like, girl, it's good. Sexual assault. I was like,
bad spacing. It's just bad spacing.
Bro, you seen that nigga tweet?
bro, that
Bruh.
was bad.
He used to talk about
But yeah,
eating
no,
and
at the
shit.
same
He's
time,
like, I would have got me too.
I
Nigga.
will say yes. When you find a person and they have their thing, you absolutely can join
You go
in
to a
with
show with
them.
him.
But also feel free to also let them keep their shit if it ain't for you.
Would you go to
Well,
a
let's
show with
talk
him?
about history of the D for people that don't enjoy the
No.
same things as their partner and they never will and they don't give a fuck. History of divorce. Okay.
Damn.
Right. Damn. Okay.
Sorry.
I thought we were going to do the history of the dick.
Oh, the history of the D. The earliest known divorce laws were written on clay tablets
Damn.
in Mesopotamia. And
You just like bringing up clay. This is the second time you done brought up the goddamn
it
clay.
is.
Yes, the girl had to suck a clay dick for the mummy or
I'm
something.
did say
sorry that
that.
Mesopotamia keeps coming up in our history segment.
Come on, Mesopotamia.
Okay. Women were actually granted the right to separate from the husbands
I don't believe this.
back then.
Okay.
And then there was a code where they had provisions for divorce. So there were a lot of religious influence on why you could or couldn't. In Europe, Christian churches controlled divorce from the 11th century, with the Catholic Church banning it entirely and Protestant churches allowing it restricted. Muslims in Africa, the Middle East, and Asia began using Quran rules, with the husbands generally able to divorce without cause or anything, while the wife needs the agreement. So that's why the thing in Mesopotamia was women being able to leave was a big deal. What's interesting is today, the place where you cannot get divorced, it's a country, does anyone know?
No.
You've been there before.
Qatar?
Keep guessing.
Qatar, actually, is how I said
Qatar.
it. Yeah. Singapore?
Philippines, it's illegal
Oh,
Oh, Philippines.
to get divorced. And Chile in 2004, I wanted to be very
Chile.
Hispanic.
Chile.
They were one of the last countries to legalize divorce. So now,
that's wild.
yeah, it's still not
So
legal.
I don't know if you heard. So I want to say it was in Europe. Y'all can fact check me while I talk. But women were not able to file for divorce, especially Christian church. However, there became a rule that if they could show that their spouse wasn't able to get their dick hard, that they could actually file like.
Because you can't have kids. I mean,
You could have.
maybe we can blame it on
you
that.
have kids if his dick don't get hard all the time. Did you find it?
A French woman's
There we go.
inability to obtain a divorce because of her husband's lack of sexual function was challenged by the European Court of Human Rights.
That's fine.
So that means it was
and
existent at one
He
point.
got some weak ass
But what's
dick.
crazy is, in order to prove it too, which this is so dumb, they had to see, like, he had to try to get hard in front of every. I swear.
I've
Like,
heard of something like that
you've
before.
heard
It's
of
crazy.
that?
Now, if you can't get it up in the home.
In the home, how you gonna get it up in front of everyone? But that's how she was able to get a divorce.
Wait, speaking of divorce, you know what's crazy about reading the Philippines thing? How many times on 90 Day Fiancé they want that fucking green card? Literally, this last season, they're showing you the opposite. A white dude who's homeless goes to the Philippines. He's like, oh, well, since he's dating a trans woman, he can't marry her because she's a man.
Really?
So he's like, I'll marry your mom. And I didn't understand when some of the...
This is scripted now.
Swear to God.
This is real.
Oh, she was pissed.
They're able to show this?
Oh, Faith. He was the one that got gonorrhea. You seen the clip?
No.
Gonorrhea.
Sorry.
My algorithm is not 90 Day Fiancé. So wait, what happened? He went to the Philippines to marry a lady boy, but they couldn't get married because they're same sex. And so he said, let me marry your mama.
He's like,
But
yeah.
he's homeless and they got nothing to offer.
Got no money, hey,
Love has no price to it.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Let me tell you.
Wait,
she's
this
a little cutie
broke-ass
too.
nigga said, let me marry your mama. For what? So he can have a home?
when he told her about the gonorrhea, her face was so viral. She was like,
ugh.
Wait, he had gonorrhea from who?
you have it, the AIDS. That's what she said.
Wait, he had gonorrhea from who though?
From a girl that he let suck his dick, another trans girl.
Wait. He had gonorrhea while he was with her or before
He
her?
found out he had gonorrhea while he flew out there.
Wow.
So
He's like, don't worry about it. I'm going to get the medicine and clear it out.
Non-monogamous. He fucking just lady boys everywhere, homeless, and now trying to marry one's mama.
He said,
You can't write this.
this is the craziest part. The Filipino girl's like, who did you get it from? He told her, and she's like, I didn't know how did this happen? I didn't know you were having sex with her. He was like, well, I said I was going to sleep over. She thought it was because he got no home. Girl, thought he needed a place to
So
stay.
now he's moving to a country where he can not have a divorce.
Well, yeah. So that was the big thing. I don't think they're still together, but yeah. When people were saying that in the comments, I didn't understand it till this outline.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, it's so he can never leave. Because he wanted a cheap place to live.
I'm curious to know if with all of the changes that just have happened with technology, with how we date, with how we consume information, if there will be any changes done to divorce. Because for the friends and people that I know currently going through divorces, I was shocked to know that the courts, you can file and then be separated, but you have to be separated for a certain amount of time before they finalize the divorce.
There's so many laws.
Nigga, why are you making me say what a nigga I'm saying I don't want to be with? Because they're like, well, maybe y'all can work through this. And I'm like, wait, I have to be separated from this person before you
They want to make sure that you want to get divorced.
That is crazy to me.
But there's another thing. In Japan, women have to wait, and this is kind of the opposite, 6 months until they can get married to someone.
Oh, really?
So if you want to
no
go marry
Khloe Kardashian,
no, you gotta fucking know. Unless the woman's pregnant. And then in Japan, since they have that rule in the beginning, most divorces are straightforward. 1-page form. It doesn't even require going to court. You can do the shit online.
Oh, I might just get married in Japan then. If I'm finna get married. 1-page document, no court, we just divorce and it's done.
Okay, common reasons for divorce.
I mean,
tell me, I'm going to give you the 4. Tell me what you think is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Drugs and alcohol abuse, infidelity, mental abuse or physical abuse, and incompatibility.
Well, I know most people, when they don't want us to be in their motherfucking business, say that they separated for irreconcilable differences. So I'm going to say that one's first, then infidelity, then the vices. then the abuse and shit.
I'll go the same.
Yeah, incompatibility
Is the
that's
first
number
one.
1, 44%. And then it's infidelity.
Yep. And then, and then the other two are, unfortunately, people stay and put up with those things for quite some time before that becomes the reason. Like, it has to get really bad for people to leave for those reasons. But I think most divorces that we see publicly are irreconcilable differences, which is, I think, incompatibility.
The lowest rate for divorce in the world is India. Out of 1,000 marriages, only 13.
But most of them are Muslim, which means they could have multiple, right?
No, they're Hindu. Isn't that the religion? Am I dumb?
Maybe. I don't know religion like that.
What's the religion in India?
But can Hindus have...
Hinduism followed by Islam.
Can they have...
You're right.
Can they have multiple... Can Hindus have multiple...
80% of Hindu is... No, I don't think
is Muslim?
Is Hindu.
Oh. Can Hindu get... Look, can Hindu get...
Multiple wives.
Can Hindu get multiple wives? Listen, by the way, just the way we be asking questions, that's why ChatGPT know exactly what the hell we be talking about and be offering to help even more.
Well, I have to go get my Home Depot braces sorted. I hope you guys enjoy.
Oh, by the way, Hindu law generally prohibits polygamy.
They just staying together. They out there having fun in the sun.
That's crazy. Not fun in the sun.
Check us.
That's wild.
What? It's a sunny. Ain't it always sunny there?
I don't know. I haven't been.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia and Mumbai.
It is like on the equator, I think. So it's really hot. I think it's close to the equator.
I don't know if this is problematic. Speaking of problematic, before I get out of here,
it's
you follow the 2 white girls that do restaurants reviews? I
don't like that the girl from Top Chef tried to get them on how they said biryani.
No, she got it. They said tiki masala.
And they said biryani.
Whatever it is, tiki masala is crazy. And 2 white women judging ethnic cuisine to that degree.
Okay, do you want to know?
Come on, bro.
Do you want to know how bad
Imagine
it is?
if 2 white bitches went to a Jamaican restaurant and said, the oxtail gravy, and that's how they sound.
They said oxtail
I'm
gravy.
sorry, is it not a tiki masala? What do you...
Tikka.
Oh, it's tikka?
Wait, and you know what I just found out? Butter chicken
I get
is
butter
Indian
chicken.
food only on the East Coast.
Loki, yeah.
Bitch, I didn't know butter chicken really wasn't Indian. It's like East Coast Indian food. Bitch,
No, this is different.
No,
you're talking about South Asian, Southeast Asian, like you're
talking say Indian cuisine.
Right, but it's commonly seen butter chicken.
Where's butter chicken at?
Butter chicken.
We tried 3 Indian restaurants in LA.
No, because now think about tiki.
I said, where the fuck is the butter chicken?
Well, let me stop talking shit, because apparently the white girls from the fun go to trap.
Wait. What were you going to say about butter chicken? Where that at? Because I tried 3 different Indian. It just said Indian. They ain't had butter chicken. I said, they don't have butter chicken in LA? And then I came back home and I said, nigga, they got buy one, get one free butter chicken in Atlanta.
I was going to say, I don't know where the Indian restaurant is from, but like, for example, Dishoom, which is really popular in London. Well, I don't know what India was called before it was India.
Oh, there was another name for it?
It got Bombay.
It got the rebrand?
Bombay. Their cuisine is a little bit different. So like there's different shit too.
Yeah, I was going to say that there's like different types of Asian cuisine. Just like
I know Asian cuisines, but when I'm talking about Indian cuisine, goddamn. Okay. Y'all do not mind our geography lesson at the end of this episode.
Let them keep talking about sex.
This is not a food show. This is not a history channel.
But you got to go see Padma Lakshmi roast these girls on a Michelin-starred restaurant named Sema.
She said, bitch, it ain't for you crackers.
She really did.
She really said.
You know why you don't like it? Because it's not for you. I was like, yeah.
I like that shit. I did like that shit. Anyways, y'all make sure you pre-order our book, No Holds Barred, wherever you get your books. And if you want to see more of us once a week, bonus episodes drop on the Patreon. So join us. Damn. Did y'all have tripping over my luggage? Tripping over patreon.com/horrible. This is Yones. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Decisions. Bye. If you are a patron member, that's right, go on over to patreon.com/horrible decisions. That's where you can get all of the X-rated, raunchy discussions about sex. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Horrible Decisions. I'm your girl, Mandii B.
Ketchup and mustard. I'm Weezy. Hines, everybody.
Is it ketchup and mustard? Bitch, that's a whole outline.
We're about to do some ketchup and mustard. I don't know. I'm just talking.
Oh.
I just love that title.
This
Now-
is not a ketchup and mustard.
Well, I
Dan.
want to catch up about today because it was really dope. We're catching up like literally about our audiobook experience straight from a few hours ago recording it. So a few weeks ago, you were saying to me, this is hella emotional. Like, this is your experience. And it's interesting because when I got in there, I was like, oh, I'm just reading whatever. This isn't a big deal. I haven't read something emotional yet. But when I was reading my intro and kind of talking about my life, just doing the inflection, I was really kind of going back in my brain to that time. And I talked to our director, Nicole, after, and she was saying, yes, the girl, the engineer you mentioned, we got to record with her today. I was like, you know what's interesting about Mandi's chapters that I didn't really consider? A lot of her trauma is newer. That experience with your ex.
So it's not. So that's the
Well,
crazy.
I'm referring to the ex chapter that I know you were like, ugh.
It's the opposite actually for me, which is why I cried and actually felt so emotional. A lot of my trauma comes from the parts of the things that I've never discussed and literally went to therapy to discuss for this book. So a lot of it is conversations I never had with my mom, with friends. I literally share of a sexual assault that I didn't realize happened to me when I was 7 years old. Like a lot of the trauma throughout the book, my relationship with my dad, thinking of the life my cousin probably had that I never considered. A lot of actually my trauma is not current at all.
Why didn't I apologize if I
No.
misspoke?
There's no need to apologize. I just wanted to be sure that like my experience with the book and the things that I was saying out loud that triggered such emotion for me was because it was things I hadn't said. I wrote it in the book and it was much easier to write. And of course, shout out to Tempest X. But reading it, I'm literally talking to my mom in certain instances and I'm saying things that my mom said back to me. And I'm reliving things from high school and some of my 20s and some all the way back to when I was 7 years old. Things that I had never addressed because I forgot that little girl. I forgot that teenager. I forgot that woman in my 20s. So yeah, I mean, and we did just the introductions and our dual things. So I don't want to go too far into the full book experience because you haven't got to do it yet. But yeah.
I was trying to reference the conversation I had with her, and this was her sentiments as well. And I guess it's because the main thing we were talking about was the sexual assault. The sexual assault, that was, within a few years is new to me. This other shit was, I think I was like 19. So I was like, oh, maybe I've processed this and why my brain didn't go. I never even cried writing it. But when you talked about reading it, I wondered, would I read it with that much emotion? And if I don't, how or why? Because it's still so awful. One is a rape, one's an assault on a train. Then you talk about a different story from young.
I talk about 3 different assaults.
Yeah. You talk about different moments. And I'm like, okay, why would it? And a lot of people, when they read that rape chapter, think it's so brutal. But for some reason, I'm not having that reaction. And I think it's all about compartmentalizing trauma. Like how we sit it all the way back there. Something interesting as well. I don't know if we mentioned it on the episode with Tempest, but the details change a lot for me in the rape story. Continuously. Not change like they get different, but I start remembering new things. Every time I talk about it, now suddenly, not even joking with you, I remember what his t-shirt was. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Suddenly I remember the color of the t-shirt. I remember all this shit I never remembered. And it makes me think of when victims are recounting stories and they're called liars. So when I talked about this with my partner and he's like, you ain't never told me this part when he was reading it. I was like, oh my God, now I feel like, and I was getting insecure. Are people going to think this story is fake? But it's because...
Why? They don't know all the details that are or aren't there. Why would they think it's fake?
Not that people... I shared that chapter with about 5 friends who have had an assault. Not friends... And I'm like, oh, if it changed when I mentioned the story. Some people know the story. Sade was one of my friends at the time, and she was like, I didn't even know this part. So I just keep thinking like, damn, this must be a woman's experience through verbal, physical, and sexual abuse. You